What up, Stackers? Big Stack McGee here. How are you doing today? Well, here we are again. It's Friday night, workday is done, and it's time to kick back and relax just a little bit and get ready to unpackage some silver. Always a great time. I just want to talk just for a second about attitude for a second. It's so easy, especially in this day and age, to be outraged at something, or to be offended, or to be, I don't know, I guess put out in general. It doesn't matter if you're turning on the news, or you're looking at social media of some kind, or YouTube, or whatever. It's just so easy to find stuff that that gets you riled up. And I don't know about you, but for me, I am by nature a pretty positive guy. And I like to surround myself by positive people, but it's not always easy to do, you know, whether it's with colleagues or neighbors or even family members, etc. But I guess if I have any advice for you today, it's just that so much about what we worry about is stuff that we don't have control over. And if that's the case, of course you're going to be upset about stuff, you know. So my advice is concentrate on the things in your life that you can actually change, something that you have an effect on. And, you know, spend your time worrying about what you can do to change your own situation, as opposed to looking at someone else and saying, you know what, I'm not happy with what they're doing or what they're saying. You don't have control over them, so who cares? I remember with my father, we loved to watch football. And it used to be with our favorite team that if that team didn't win, it would just kind of ruin the rest of my day. And I remember thinking to myself that that's just kind of ludicrous. I'm going to allow the rest of my day to be impacted by whether or not my team won or lost. It's just kind of I don't know. It's not the right way to be, at least not for my own terms. So ever since then, it was about 10 years ago, I just decided, you know what, I'm only going to, you know, allow myself to be worried about stuff that I have direct control over. So in doing so, it's just so much easier to be laid back and to take action when necessary, and at the same time blow off stuff that's not that important. So, all right, enough yakking. Let's go ahead and unbox this silver here. Okay, so what we have here, I'm sure you can guess by seeing the handy little mint tube here. We have another tube of American Silver Eagles. Man, I've been on a tear with these recently, but I guess my project, which is to fill a complete monster box, is purring along nicely, and I just made an installment last week about a previous tube that I picked up, and so here's yet another one. 20 ounces of United States silver. These all happen to be a roll of 2014s. Pick these up for a little bit less than $2 per coin over spot. So we're talking about $17 Silver Eagles. A rarity. Love finding deals on these. Yeah. Love the design as always. Just such a well-made coin. So 2014, a roll of it. So here's the thing, I don't just buy Eagles, but given where spot price is at right now in the mid-15s, it's it's just amazing to find Silver Eagles priced so low. So I'm any chance I get to do that, I'm very happy to do so. So this will be easily added to the stack and appreciated for sure. But I can tell you this, I picked up another bar, I have that on order, and that should be coming in for next Friday, I'm hoping, which is pretty exciting too, because I like getting silver bars, and it's been a little while since I've gotten one, so you can expect that for next week. But here's the thing, I remember when I got my very first tube of Silver Eagles, and I remember thinking to myself, you know, I don't know, just feeling very lucky and very fortunate that I had kind of found them. That not that I had found specifically that roll, but that I had found stacking essentially, and I just remember thinking I just can't get enough of this, and I still feel that way even after stacking for 5 years. With spot prices where it's at, I just feel so fortunate to be able to continue adding to my stack, and the dollar buys a lot more now than it used to. Obviously, prices can turn around and silver spot price can go back up, and regardless where it's at, I'm going to be in the accumulation phase for quite some time. And even so, my strategy is extreme long term. I'm not in it to make any immediate money on it. But at the same time, it's just every chance I get, I look at this and I think, you know what? I could have spent this on, insert any number of things. 7 really, really nice meals out with the family. We could go out to some restaurants. It's about, I don't know, I'm trying to think, $350 or something like that. It's probably $50 per meal. That's 3 nice or 7 nice dinners out. Or you could spend something like that on, I don't know, probably about the same time, trips to the movie theater, all that kind of stuff. But instead, your hard work, your income, your resources are spent on something that's tangible, tangible store of wealth. And so I always appreciate every chance I get to pick up silver, and it's the excess in my life. It's definitely not something I'm looking for immediate flip or turnaround or whatever to make some quick profit. But this is the stored, tangible wealth that I decided not to spend elsewhere. So for those of you that are just getting started, there's a lot of newer channels, a lot of people that are just kind of getting going, and where spot prices where they're at, it's a great time to get on board. Spot was double what it is now when I started, and so every time I get a chance to pick up silver at these prices, it just takes my dollar cost average down, etc. I've bought way more silver in the last couple of years than I did at the beginning, and so it's just one of those cyclical kind of things. So when you dollar cost average and you just pick up the same amount month by month, whether spot price is up or down, it ends up trending. So in this case, the cost per ounce is down significantly over time. So pretty happy about that. Not the biggest variety. I've been picking up lots of Silver Eagles, and so I don't, we've all seen these before, but always thrilled to be able to get a tube of American Silver Eagles. So I'll be adding this to the stack, and specifically to my American Silver Eagle box project. So that's all I got for you right now. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I guess we'll just talk about something I want to try to get to this weekend. Some people have been asking me, as I've mentioned in videos, about how I've been trying to fill my guard house coin boxes with my 90% silver. And if you look back under my channel, the first one I did was US half dollars, and I've almost filled that. People have just been asking, what is a guard house box? A guard house is simply the brand name of a type of coin tube storage box. For the half dollars, I'm trying to remember, I feel like it can store up to 28 tubes of 90% half dollars, and I think for dimes, I think it's 50 tubes. So that's $25 face value, etc. But anyway, it's like a high, I don't know how to put it. It's made of cardboard, but it's very sturdy, and so even with it filled with the coins, it doesn't feel flimsy or anything like that. And it's just a way of storing 90% silver in tubes and whatnot. So my next video, I'm thinking what I'm going to be doing is storing or going through my quarters. I have a whole canvas bag, like a bank bag, Provident bank bag, filled with U.S. silver quarters, and every time I get some, I've been throwing them in there. But now that I have this guard house boxes, I want to put them back in their tubes and store them there. It's just a way of keeping track of it better, etc. So, and I can set aside the the Washington quarters versus the standing liberties, etc. That kind of thing. But I'm going to probably do that this weekend if I can find a solid hour or two to set aside where the family's not around, etc. So that's probably the next video. And then after that, I still have that, if you remember, that old Johnson Matthey 1 ouncer that is extremely toned. People have been asking, hey, can you dip that? I'm like, why not? So I'll probably try to do that soon as well. But thank you for spending a little bit of your Friday with me, or whenever you're watching this. But after this, I'm going to wrap this stuff up, and I'm going to go kick back and relax a little bit. Thanks for watching the video. It's Big Stack McGee. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.